A lot of noise has come out from the media and ex-pundits who were once successful footballers and now they're pundits, coming out making these comments saying Arsenal are boring, Arsenal are too cautious, but they're still finding ways to win football matches. Just to set the record straight, if you ask any ex-footballer who's tried to become a manager, they'll tell you being a manager is way harder than being a player. You've got so many expectations to manage, which is the team, the fans, the board, and the level of the intensity or the pressure that comes with just being at a big football club. These are things that it's easy sitting in from an ex-footballer and playing as an individual and part of a team, making your comments. So when I look at those, I just like to say it feels like those players are a bit out of sync and out of touch with what Arteta has actually achieved and what he's trying to do and go on achieve. Yes, people are going to say there's been no silverware at the end of it, but from where this club was before he took over to where it is now, he's on his way to something major. And let's not discredit that. Arteta setting out his tactics and deploying what he does is circumstantial because a lot of people say, oh, this X, Y, and Z. But you've got a manager who's very good at his job and he knows when to adapt. And that's the crucial thing. We saw that against Leeds and we saw that against Chelsea. We didn't play the same way against Leeds and we didn't play the same way against Chelsea. There were two different ways of Arsenal playing. And what do they say? There's many ways to skin a cat. I think that's what people need to realise. My only criticism is in that formation and in our tactics, in the way we set up, is can we put different personnel in certain positions to go and allow certain other players to go and express themselves? That would just be my challenge to Arteta and the management team at Arsenal. Nevertheless, Arsenal are still winning football matches, and that's the main thing. The next point moves on to Chelsea versus Arsenal in terms of Rosenier's tactics versus Arteta's tactics. What we saw from Arteta was a tactical masterclass in terms of over two legs. We saw how Arsenal can go from playing a certain kind of way to playing another way. And that's what you want from a big club and a big team. There's not just one way of playing, and there's many ways, as I said, to play against different opponents. Arsenal in the first leg took it to Chelsea and they got 3 goals at the Bridge and it looked super impressive. Yes, Chelsea did score 2, which is why I think the tie could have been put away sooner than later, because Arsenal had a lot more chances and a lot more goals that they could have scored at Stamford Bridge. Arsenal went to the Emirates with a 1-goal advantage, and it wasn't for Arsenal to go and chase the game. In fact, it was Rosenier's men in Chelsea to go and chase the game, which they didn't do. What you saw from the Rosenier's men is inexperience, lacking ambition, and no real fight to come and want to win the game. You saw a team that didn't believe in themselves and that they had to set up for the last 45 minutes with attack after attack that they thought that they would have when they brought on the likes of Garnacho, Palmer and Estevao, which actually didn't pay off, which goes down to Arsenal's resolute defending and organisation that didn't allow them to breathe or give them a chance. In fact, what we witnessed in the game was a lot of frustration, hitting the ball from deep, looking for a moment from the gods to actually get a goal. In that being said, added time to the added time, Chelsea then got punished by a moment which I did say it was written in the stars. Kai Havertz comes on last minute, Declan Rice gets the ball in the break, crosses it over. Arsenal have got 2 players. It lands to Kai Havertz's feet. Kai Havertz goes round Sanchez, and that's all she wrote. 1-0 to the Arsenal last kick of the game. And that just showed on the day Arteta had Rosenier's number and his tactical prowess actually came out on top. And Arsenal go through to Wembley, and in my lifetime, I haven't seen it, and we haven't seen it in the Wenger era of Arsenal win this trophy. Is this the moment that Arsenal are going to go and win this trophy is the question. I do believe so. And wouldn't it be a fitting moment? Arsenal versus Man City. You've got the teacher versus the pupil, who has now become a teacher himself, who now overthrows his teacher to show him that he's the real deal, and now he's here to take over and dominate for years to come. So what a way to round it off. And that's going to be happening towards the end of March at Wembley. I can't wait. So instead of calling Arsenal boring Arsenal, as I've stated, Arsenal can play different ways, and they have played different ways. This is a team who is organised, who can defend, who can attack, and it's full of leaders. Leaders who, they don't have to wear the armband, but when the actual captain isn't actually playing, we've got more than enough on the pitch to get us over the line. Arsenal's strength in depth and squad depth is stronger than ever, and I do think they get over the line and take a couple of these trophies home. But what I would like to go back to is Arsenal's clear philosophy in that game, in terms of any moment that Chelsea tried to actually press and close down Arsenal, what you did see is a wet surface of Arsenal going long to Martinelli once they're in behind, and they had that a couple times. Even at the Emirates, whether people want to look at it, if you look at it in the bigger picture, Arsenal could have also put them out of the tie earlier, with Martinelli scoring one or two of his chances when he was through and goal with the ball over the top. Let's not take the bait of the media or these pundits that say Arsenal could have done this or could have done that. They done what they needed to do in cup football, and that was to survive and advance and get to the next round and play for big honours. So as I said, now Arteta is through to face his old boss at Wembley. It does feel like a real coming of age for Arteta to go and almost slay the king, as people like to say in the movies. But before that, Arsenal have a really important game this weekend against Sunderland, and that is at the carpet, the Emirates, where Arsenal have the chance at 3 p.m. to go 9 points clear in the league, and that would be a sure statement for us just at this time of the season, just because the following day you find that Man City has to go to Anfield. My thing is, Arsenal should forget about the noise and focus on the job at hand, because this is like the second or the third chance for Arsenal to go 9 points clear in the league. And I think this will be a real statement, not only because it's 9 points. I almost feel that this is the pin that deflates Man City from thinking that there's any chance of getting on terms with this Arsenal team. This will now allow, I feel, Arsenal to go and express themselves throughout the season, knowing that they got a 3-game swing, which is a huge advantage at this time of the year. We're nearly 10 games to go in the running. You've got 9 points. You're 9 points clear. It could be huge. With Man City, no doubt, they could be dropping more points. This isn't the same Man City that can go on 10-game or 15-game runs. This isn't that. Pep hasn't got that team anymore. This is a team that has been struggling in the last 4 to 5 games to just even get a win. So let's make sure that we do our jobs and we sit down on a Sunday and we enjoy what we're watching. And I'm sure it's not going to be an easy game, both parts, against Sunderland and for Man City against Liverpool. What I would like to see in terms of the formation against Sunderland is I would like to see Arsenal face a directness against Sunderland, because Sunderland are a very physical team. So the likes of Havertz and Gyökeres will do that perfectly fine, in terms of that will cause a lot of chaos in the box and at home, as the 12th man will get behind Arsenal. But yeah, that's my tactical breakdown of this weekend and this week that's just gone by. Hopefully Arsenal, as I said, get the 3 points and we move on to the next game, 9 points clear in the league, and let's maintain this strong run to the end.